the cruise missiles that Russia employed have a mind of their own, and they can just avoid all kind of international borders. So they have to fly, if launched from Russian territorial waters, or Russian part of the Caspian Sea, they had to fly over Azerbaijan, Iran, Turkey into Syria. So, but if they were closer to the Iranian shore, then they would have a straight line from Iran over Iraq and to Syrian targets. So that would have to be a significant change as well if they did it over Turkey. But it also tells us that the Russian military would have or bound to coordinate its actions with NATO. Otherwise, they're bound to be a confrontation that they wouldn't like.
Yeah, that's really important, isn't it? We've heard a lot about the coordination that's going to be needed between the Russian-led coalition and the US-led coalition, with the arrival of cruise missiles being fired from warships into Syria. That makes that
absolutely, especially if we're talking about Syrian ground forces starting offensive onto positions of Syrian opposition or Islamic State militants, then it becomes even more important. Especially if they have more engagement on the ground during that offensive, we'll have to see how it will develop. Then definitely will have to coordinate with the NATO allies, the NATO forces and NATO countries that are involved in Syrian conflict at the moment. Otherwise, I don't see how the Syrian conflict would proceed further.
And Famil, there is still this question of what the Russians are hitting. They say they're aiming primarily at Islamic State targets. If you talk to US officials, they say, well, very few of them.
Well, the problem is we don't know. We don't know. We have conflicting reports, and Russia at the moment considers the situation as a battle, not just on the ground in Syria, but also on airwaves and online. You can see that Russian TV is launching absolutely new programs, longer, rolling coverage of war in Syria, sending correspondents to also in Latakia, in Tartus, where the Russian forces are, in order to show